All right. So, what time we got? We got to give it a couple. How's everybody doing today? Did we have a good day? I did laundry and cleaned because I have family coming this weekend and I'm still not fully moved into my house. So, I was trying to unpack a little bit, but you move and you're like, where did all this stuff come from? Like, I finally kind of have my office somewhat together. Not completely, but enough that I feel more in my element now. Everything was bare in here for weeks, and I was working I have a big girl job. So sitting here for 8 hours a day working my big girl job in a plain work is exciting. Yeah, I promised everyone we wouldn't start talking about the challenge until 6 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm trying to not not mention the challenge yet. So I'm assuming the audio is good and everything. Once we get into the game, you should be able to hear the game audio as well. And if once we get started, if you think it's too loud, just let me know. And I have it down pretty low. But sometimes it's hard to tell from this end how it's going to go. I guess I could talk a little bit about like my thinking with this. So I have always enjoyed any kind, obviously I love history. That's why I started doing the Decades Challenge in the first place. I know a lot of you are here from that. I really, really love history, and I play a lot of historical games like Crusader Kings, Civilization, like colony building games, crafting games. I love survival games. Those are not really historical games, but I love survival games. So I was sitting down and trying to figure out what we could play on stream. And I was thinking about how you could implement some of those elements from all those different types of games into The Sims. Now, full disclosure, this would be very difficult to do without modding the game. So if you're somebody who doesn't play with mods, you would really have to use your imagination to make this work. Because I had to install quite a few mods. I had to do a lot of tweaking in MC Command Center to make this work. But at the end of the day, what I was trying to do was create something that was more like some of those settlement games. There's a newer one out now, and the name of it is escaping me. Going Medieval is a newer one. There are a lot that are focused around history right now that are also like those colony building type things. So that's kind of what I was aiming for. And yeah, I tried to, most of those survival games and stuff, they have like a tech tree that you have to work through. So I tried to implement that as well. And I think that's the piece that is going to be heavily revised as we go. I'm sure other things will as well, but I think the tech tree is going to be the big one. I have some blank spaces in there now that I'm still working on trying to fill in. But as much as I've worked very hard on putting this together, I'm not going to know how a lot of this is going to work until we really get in and doing it. Tiny is my 11-year-old dog, and he's the loudest when it storms. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. We were just chatting a little bit. I promised I wasn't going to start until 6, which it just turned 6 o'clock. So I think what I'm going to do really quick first is just kind of go over the rules. I see a lot of you are looking at it with me right now. So I'm calling it the A New World Challenge. And I didn't really come up with like a backstory or anything for this. That's up to you. If you want to play this, come up with some reason why your Sims are all of a sudden alone. In my game, I think we're going to take the approach of like, they're just like starting a new society. Maybe they're the first humans ever. I don't know. There's an option in here. If you want, you can leave some native Sims like in one of the worlds. And we'll talk more about that in a minute because the worlds are all kind of closed off to you until you make discoveries. So it's up to you how you want to decide that your Sims are suddenly in this position. You could be like, it's a shipwreck or it's post-apocalyptic. It could be, I'm going like with a historical angle, but it doesn't have to be that. Nope, you're not late. We were just chatting. I wanted to make sure everything was good since it's our first time streaming on YouTube. I previously streamed on Twitch, and it's very similar, but there are some things that are different about it. So I wanted to make sure that everything was going to be okay before we really got started. And right now we're just kind of talking about the backstory of the whole thing. Yeah, so in this challenge, your Sims find themselves alone in a new world. You can pick any of the worlds that you want to start out with. We're going to be in Sulani with our Sims. I think the tropical element of it, I enjoy. Plus the weather is nice for something like this. Hi there, Serenity. So many familiar faces. I love it so much. I'm so glad all of you are here. I appreciate you all so much. I should have led with that. Just the fact that I'm able to do this is incredible, and I'm so excited to hang out with all of you tonight. I don't know how long I'll stream for. I have to have dinner yet, but I was thinking like two hours, maybe a little bit longer. Depends on how I'm feeling. I mentioned this to everyone that was here super early. We are having a thunderstorm right now, so A, you might hear my dogs upset about that, and B, it's entirely possible I could disconnect at any time. They're not really bad right now, but we have flood warnings and everything. So if for some reason I disappear, the storm got me, okay? Okay, so this New World Challenge, your Sims find themselves in a new land. They don't know how they got there. You, as their Sim god, get to figure out that backstory of how they arrived in this new land. But they found themselves there. They have like nothing with them, just a couple of little things that we'll talk about here in a minute. And it looks like there's nobody inhabiting this world that they have found themselves in. So it's a new world and a new society that they have to build from the ground up. So the idea is that we're going to establish the first settlement in this new world and create a civilization and like a history of our own that we are writing. We could decide that in our society, women are going to rule the world. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, but it could be anything. We can create any kind of history that we want. Of course, you all know me if you've been following me for any amount of time. I'm all about diversity and representing as many people as I can. And I think that this is a great opportunity to make a world historically that looks like what we see today, and we can have a lot of fun with it. So they're going to have to grow. They're going to have to make discoveries. The world's completely undeveloped and they have no technology. So they're in dire straits. And I was talking about this before we got started, but the challenge is employing themes and mechanics that are common in colony building games, survival games, and things like that. So if you elect, like I said earlier, if you do elect to play this without mods, you'll have to use your imagination, and I'll talk more about that here in a second, and you'll see why. We have removed all the Sims out of the save file. Granted, that's impossible. That's impossible to do. The game's going to generate your service Sims and stuff, but with MC Command Center, I was able, in one mod, I was able to make it so that there's no other Sims in this world, and there's no Sims traveling from other worlds to this world. So it gives the appearance that they're completely alone. But there are going to be service Sims at like your food stands and stuff like that. Yeah, and Sulani's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So for this challenge, you're going to focus on one main household, and theoretically, they're going to become like the rulers of this land. They're the first people there. So unless somebody comes and usurps them or something, they really should become like the leaders. The big thing about this challenge is the wheel. So I have created a wheel of doom. No, it has good stuff on it as well. So we're going to have to spin the wheel in different scenarios as we play through this, and we have to spin it twice a week. We'll see how that goes. I might lower or raise that depending. I did a quick test playthrough and it was absolutely brutal. And I don't know if I just had very bad luck or if we need to make more adjustments. I made some. We might have to make some more. So we have this wheel that we're going to have to spin. Here's some information. I'm still working on this if you want to start this yourself, but here's some just information if you want to start your own. There's an option where you can download a completely blank save file. I opted not to do that. I just removed all the Sims out of the current world, and then I chose one world to empty out that we're going to explore if we get the opportunity, and then I'll empty more as we go. It's a lot of work to delete all those houses and all those Sims and stuff, so I've just done the current world, Sulani, and then I believe I did Oasis Springs as well. No, so right now I have this set so that it's just normal lifespan. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. So it's like a pacing issue. We have to kind of see what the pace is, and I didn't play long enough in my test playthrough to really know if the pacing is okay or not. But for right now, it's just normal sim lifespan. So we'll see how that works. But that's a great question. So there's some mods listed here that I have deemed necessary but not required. Like I said, if you want to try it without mods, you just have to use your imagination. You know, pretend that the Sims walking around aren't there and that kind of thing. And then there will be more listed here eventually when I finish this that are recommended but not required. And then there's two options for starting. Of course, we're going to do the normal start, which I would also call the hard start. So we're going to have 2 young adult Sims with no skills, 1,000 simoleons, 1 fruit packet, and 1 vegetable packet. But once we open those, we can only pick 1 of each, and we have to sell the rest. So we can pick 1 vegetable and 1 fruit to plant, and then we have to sell the rest of them. And then settlers. So we have to get more people in this world, right? Settlers have to come. We're going to eventually have children that have to marry and all that kind of thing. So we have to have settlers coming in, but we only get them if the wheel decides that we get them. So we need settlers. They are on the wheel. That's the one positive thing on there. Pretty much everything else is negative except for our discoveries and our exploration opportunities. And then our lot is going to be empty save for some trees and bushes and stuff. All right. General rules. We're going to have simple living, off the grid, normal age span. There will not be any death rolls like just for birthdays or anything like that. But you should always randomize the traits. You have to veto any that aren't accurate to your time period or like if you don't have the internet yet, you know, you probably shouldn't have a tech based trait or a geek trait for video gaming and stuff if you don't have that technology. So at the start of the game, we can only use bushes or chamber pots. So yeah, at the beginning, we can only use wooden bathtubs and we cannot have sinks. And there's a reason for this that we'll talk about here in a second. Woohoo and Try for Baby, we do not have birth control at the beginning of the game. So all woohoo must be Try for Baby or risky woohoo, which we're going to implement risky with mods. Right. The horror, oh my goodness. And then there's some more stuff that will come into play later. Or if you're not using mods, I've given you some ideas here for how you can get around these restrictions. Travel restrictions. We cannot travel from this neighborhood until we unlock those options. So first we'll unlock the option to travel to other neighborhoods in this world. And then we'll eventually unlock the option to travel to other worlds in The Sims. So essentially, we're stuck in our home neighborhood for now. That's a good idea. And I put a link to the new Discord server, which, full disclosure, I've done absolutely nothing with it. I just opened it. So it is what it is. But I put a link to that all the way down at the bottom of this document if you want to join that. And any suggestions that you have, I like the suggestion that there's a fail safe. Like, if we don't get them for so long. Let me just tell you, my first 2 rolls when I did the test playthrough was illness, which death rolls for that. So one of my starting sims died right out of the gate. Oh my gosh, and I can't remember what the second one was. I think I did get a settler. But yeah, it did not go great. I ended up with 1 sim, and when I did the test playthrough, I only had 500 simoleons. That's not enough. For the way we have this set up, that's not enough. Because there's more restrictions on crafting and stuff. So you can only craft whatever you can reasonably obtain. So, like, if you want to knit, you probably should have wool somehow until you start trading. There's a trade element here. And then you can reasonably assume that you're trading for those goods. So you cannot sell your crafts until you unlock trade. And of course, you can't use Plopsy or Trendy until you have unlocked the internet. Gardening. You cannot purchase any crops until you land on trade the first time. So if you spin the wheel 20 times, you don't land on trade, you're not trading with anybody, you can only have the crops that you find scavenging. Which with mods is a little easier, because if you use the scavenging mod with the Yayo cookbook, then you can get more things than just what's physically in the world. But if you don't use mods, then you would be limited to whatever flowers, fruits or vegetables that you can get in that neighborhood that you're in. And you cannot sell your collectibles until you have 5 sims in your settlement, because who are you selling them to? If you only have these 2 people that we currently have, we're going to have 2 sims to start with. We can't sell collectibles because there's no one to sell them to. You guys are funny. Humanity dies out, end of challenge. Yes. That could happen today. We are like, this is the big experiment. We might end up having to start over in the next stream. I don't know. We'll find out here. Childbirth. So you have to discover hygiene. So we're assuming right now our sims, you know, back in the medieval time, even, they didn't really understand like germs, bacteria and all of that yet, especially not to the degree that we do. So we haven't discovered hygiene yet. So that means we're going to have higher death chances when things are happening, like childbirth or illness, because we haven't discovered hygiene and we don't have a doctor in the settlement. We're going to have more death rolls early game. So if your humanity is going to die out, it's going to be early game. Because, yeah, there's all these stipulations that you see here. Yeah. And you can discover a hospital eventually, which really makes things less brutal by a lot. So I will have to revisit these as we play, because I don't have any of this memorized. So we'll have to revisit these rules as we go. So the wheel. What is on the wheel? So we're going to spin it twice a week by default. And then right now I have this list of additional events that will trigger a spin. We might have to adjust these. It might end up being too much, or it might not be enough. We might have to add another spin, like another day of the week or something. But we're going to spin on Wednesdays and Sundays. And then we're going to spin when our heir is born, when the main household has a birthday, when a sim in the main household is promoted, which won't come until later. They have to unlock. We have to discover jobs. We have to have enough people that we could be employed by somebody, right? So that one will come in later. And then if a fire occurs on the lot, which during early game could mean a lot of spinning. I tell you what, my Decades house catches on fire like every other day, if not more than that. And then if a marriage occurs in the settlement, or a blizzard occurs during winter. You guys are hilarious. I love you all so much. Okay, so I spin the wheel. Now what happens? Well, if we land on settler, we get settlers. Now, there are options here. So if you choose to play this yourself, you can take the easier route, or you can take the options for additional difficulty, which of course, I'm going to probably take all of the options for additional difficulty. I don't know why. So the settlers are young adult Sims. You can put them anywhere in the world, but you have to have discovered that world. So in this early stage, when we're going to hopefully get some settlers eventually, if we haven't explored additional land yet, then that's off limits. We have to place them either on our current lot or in our current neighborhood with us. Religion. So we can do whatever we want with that. We could come up with like a utopia where religion can be anything that we want it to be. I think it's going to depend. Yes, they will be worshiping the sim god. Okay. That's great. I love that. Yes. We will worship the sim god. I love that so much. Thank you guys. We'll have to add that. I actually have a handy dandy little puppy notebook, a Christmas puppy notebook that I'm going to be jotting stuff down on. And I'm going to write that down right now. I actually don't have a pen though. We're going to write down I absolutely love that. Okay, so options for additional difficulty would be flipping a coin to find out if your new settler is going to be a male or a female. And we could add older Sims like young adults or elders if we wanted to. I might skip out on that additional difficulty until a little bit later. Probably the first few settlers that we get should be at least young adult or adults. Let's delete that because that doesn't make sense. Adult or elder. Or we could randomize it, but we'd have to make a new wheel or come up with a way to roll the dice for that. And then there are perks for this one too. So if we get any of these Sims to raise their charisma skill, that can benefit us greatly. The idea being that if they have charisma skill, they'll have increased diplomacy. So even if this was a real thing and other Sims started washing up on shore, they might try to leave unless we convince them to stay, right? So the idea is if they have higher charisma, then they'll have better diplomacy. Yes, I actually do have Rambunctious Religions installed. I'm using the same mods folder that I'm using for Decades, but I have to swap out my MC Command Center settings for each challenge. It's a whole thing, but I am using the same mods folder for now. So I have the Rambunctious Religions in here right now. So if we get charisma skill up to 10, then our new settlers could be highly skilled Sims that we could then marry or marry our children off to. And of course, you know, that'll help everything, right? Especially in our main household, if we need a Sim with a high skill for some reason, that'll be helpful. And then we have the merchant. So if we ever land on merchant, we can build a community lot. It has to go into a world we've already explored, obviously. And they should be things that make sense for the technology that we have and whatnot. So we have to just use the noggin a little bit. I don't know why the Sims are washing up on shore. We need a backstory. I didn't really come up with one. I don't know. I was thinking like it could be like a shipwreck. But my thing, they're like stuck here forever. Until I was thinking about leaving like San Myshuno populated and like that be the last place we explore. And that could maybe be like they find the civilization that they got lost from. I don't know. We could say it was a shipwreck. I don't know. And then maybe more Sims are washing up on shore from that. I don't know. This is a difficult one to have a good backstory for. Cursed beach. You guys are hilarious. So yeah, merchant, I'm not crazy about that in early game. I think it'll be helpful if we were to build things that would be helpful for us. You know, if we can't afford to have certain crafting items or something, then we could build a community lot where we could have those things. Exile Island. Yeah, I was trying to come up with a name for our little settlement too, and I haven't come up with one yet. Exile Island. So when we get our first merchant, then we can unlock being able to purchase items at farmers markets and using the sale table, because the idea is we've unlocked this merchant who is now in our settlement, and then we can do those things. Exploration, if we land on exploration, that means we can expand out into other neighborhoods and other worlds eventually. Awesome. And we have to, it's like a tangled web. We have to have limited travel before we can expand out. So if we do discover a new world and we don't have limited travel yet, then we can only go to that one neighborhood in that world. Does that make sense? Because there's different neighborhoods in the different sim worlds. And I hate that they're called that for this scenario. Be like countries. I don't know. And what is the realism of us being able to travel to other countries? It's not that high until we have better technology. So we just have to use our imagination, honestly. Yeah, it could be like the Bermuda Triangle, and you know, people just go missing and then they end up on our Exile Island situation. I don't know. Yeah, like Outlander, that could be a thing too. It could have like been a time travel situation. Like I said at the beginning, if you decide to play this, you can make it whatever story your little heart desires. It could be, I think that this would work really well as like a post-apocalyptic playthrough as well, and like you're rebuilding civilization kind of thing. And like all the survivors are showing up. Maybe they've heard about your settlement and they're coming to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, so exploration, I'm hoping we land on that early. Trade. Yay, we need to land on trade early as well. I did not land on trade at all in my test playthrough. So after we land on trade, the first trade, he's going to take pity on us and give us cross-stitching supplies, which could end up being very helpful for making money. A lot of these unlockables are dependent on expansion packs, unfortunately. So if you decide to play this and you don't have all of the packs, then you might not be able to unlock some of these things. And that's why they're unlockable. They're not like an ingrained part of the challenge. So after you land on trade, each time you land on trade, you can get a new animal or crop. So if you do the easy start, you're allowed to bring one animal with you to start with. But doing the hard start like we are, or the normal start, means we don't have any animals yet. We have to land on trade to get any animals. But I've added little nuggets, helpful things here. So if you choose chickens, you can get one adult chicken rooster or 2 chicks of your choice. So you don't have to land on trade twice to get a chicken and a rooster and create more chickens and roosters. So if you choose chickens first, which I would probably end up doing, then you can get your male and your female for breeding. And dogs and cats also count. We could play around with like taming a wolf or a wild dog or something. In this like climate, I don't think that really fits. But we could do something like that if we wanted to. Optional difficulty is just goes back to like the thing from the beginning. When you do a seed packet, you only get one thing out of that packet, not all of them. Yeah, yeah. Story girl, I like that. I definitely need your help as I'm going through this too, like pointing out any holes or things that don't make sense. Illness, what I landed on first thing the first time I spun the wheel in my test playthrough. So illness, this is where death rolls come in, and early game brutal. So if we don't have hygiene or plumbing, we don't have sinks to wash our hands, it's going to be a higher chance that people are going to die because they're not, it's spreading. What do we learn during COVID? Masks, hand washing. They don't know any of that. So early game landing on illness is bad, bad, bad. So we have to flip a coin if we land on illness. And if we get heads, it means it's only going to impact our main household. But if we get tails, then we would have to do a death roll for everybody in the settlement. And then there's rolls there for finding out how they survive. There's additional rolls if you don't have hygiene or a doctor. So as you discover these things, then these rolls go away, right? We have a famine. Oh, that's what I had. That was my other roll in my test playthrough. I had a famine, which didn't really matter all that much because I had like 2 crops. But if you roll on famine, you may not harvest your garden for 1 season. But you can eat gruel. If you're using mods, you can eat gruel and go scavenging. But blight. Blight is only on the wheel 1 time because it's pretty brutal. If you land on blight, you have to delete your whole garden and start over. That would be bad, especially if you build up a beautiful big garden and then you land on blight. But blight is a thing that happens to crops and they die. So, and you can replant like stuff that you have on hand, but don't keep any of your garden plants if you so choose. Thank you for the subscription, Rachel. I think depending on where I'm at in the challenge, I might choose to do that or not do that. I might just wipe out the garden and be done with it because that's a huge challenge to restart. The challenge is a new world challenge. And yeah, the rules are in the description, Elizabeth, if you want to pull them up and review it. We're just going over the different spins that are on the wheel. Yep. So, okay, we covered blight. Unrest, you would lose a settler. I'm not going to go read through all this different stuff, but there's stipulations. You can select the sim randomly or pick one that fits into your story. So, like, if there's one sim wreaking havoc on your settlement, you could choose that that's the one who's going to leave. Discovery is the important one. So discovery is how we build and we grow. If we don't land on discovery, then we're stuck with no sinks, no plumbing, no electricity, nothing. So we want to land on discovery so that the Sims can start figuring stuff out. So every time you land on discovery, you discover a new technology, which is the tech tree below. And then tragic accident. So a sim from your settlement must die if you land on tragic accident. You can choose to make it random, or you can find a way to pick a sim using like dice or something. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. Let's hope we don't land on that. And then my thinking with this, like when things like this happen is when you can start adding things like holidays and traditions. So if you have a sim die in a tragic accident, then maybe that's when your community says, we need to have a remembrance day for everyone who's died and that kind of thing. Thank you. It's not done yet. But yes, it's been quite a little bit of work. But really, once I figured out the main premise, it was kind of easy. But as you'll see here when we go over the tech tree, that's where it needs work. The last thing on the wheel is quirk. So if we land on quirk, then our heir must develop a negative quirk, which can be a bad trait or a negative thing that they like being mean to people or don't like affection. Anything that would be perceived as a negative trait or quirk, we have to give one of those to our heir. If we somehow get one. Like I said, test playthrough ended up with one sim all alone with nothing. It was horrible. Okay, so the tech tree. So basically you just follow this in order. So every time you land on discovery, you get something, right? So when we first land on discovery, we're going to get plumbing. So we can add showers and start using water collectors. And then hygiene would come next, where we could actually add sinks. And then, of course, that removes the additional death roll from illness, because now we have sinks and our Sims are washing their hands. So they're more hygienic, and then illness isn't going to spread, and childbirth is going to be safer. So we're going to be removing challenges from those elements once we discover that. And it's just going to go down. Fertilizer, we can start fertilizing our crops, and we can start selling them as long as we have more than 5 Sims in the settlement. So we can't start selling our crops until we've made at least these 3 discoveries. Yeah, and I wish I could have made like an actual tree, like a pretty little tree where everything builds off of everything else. Too complicated. So we just have a list that we're just going to work through. Showers are hygienic. Yes. And I thought about that a little bit, but if you're showering like once a day or every other day, and then you're helping someone give birth to their baby with dirty hands because you didn't shower in the last 12 hours. Like they're two different. Yes, it helps, right? So maybe you bring up a good point. Maybe we should adjust like some of the death rolls and take one away for at least having plumbing, because at least we're taking showers and we're a little cleaner. That's something. I will think about that one. So then limited travel. Once we get to limited travel, then we may travel to other neighborhoods. And then community advancement is where you can start working odd jobs or working part-time, but you still have to have more than 5 Sims. And the reason why this more than 5 Sims thing comes in is because if you don't have enough Sims, who are you working for? Who's paying you? Like we have to have at least somewhat of a little community to be able to do some of these things. And then education 1, your child Sims can start attending school, but you have to have at least 5 settlers. You need somebody to teach the children. So we have to make sure we have those 5 settlers. So if you discover these things, you just have to wait to start doing them until you have those 5 Sims in the settlement. And then it just goes on and on. So electricity, expanded travel. You can travel to other worlds. And then eventually you can go on vacation. We have additional travel further down the tree. Medicine. We obtain a doctor, and then all the death rolls get less, right? We have fewer numbers of doom. Thank you for the subscription. Yes. So then electricity builds up and better. We can use solar panels and start actually having some electricity and selling the surplus if we choose to. And then we can start working careers outside of the home. And then it just goes on and on and on. You can look through these with the link in the description. There are blanks that I am trying to figure out, and I might reorder some of these. So there is a little disclaimer here at the top that this is a work in progress and it will change. I am actively working on this. So if you have any ideas or anything that should change about this, I've already got a couple things bouncing around up here in this silly little brain of mine. Yeah, they can take baths in rivers and lakes. That's true. And they're going to have to stay. It's The Sims. If they don't at least clean up, they're miserable, right? people alone on an island that haven't discovered hygiene yet, not going to worry about it. But in The Sims, you have to worry about it because your Sims are going to be miserable without being clean. In this case, Elizabeth, right now, since we're just on YouTube and we're not streaming on Twitch, they're just subscribing to the channel. All right, I'm ready to get into this. So, yeah, if you have any questions, the Discord link is down here at the bottom, and we can also start discussing it in there. Like I said, I just threw that together. I haven't put anything in the Discord or anything yet. I just want to thank everybody really quick too for just being understanding. I work a full-time job. I have a whole bunch of things going on. You all were so amazing waiting on me I said I was going to get back to live streaming, and then what do you know? Months went by. But it was hard enough to keep up with the Decades Challenge, and you all have stuck by, and I appreciate that very much. So I gave a little preview of our Sims. Let me get rid of this. Oh, we got the dice up too. I gave a little preview of our Nyla in the community, in our YouTube channel, the community tab. But we also have a very, very handsome man here. And these are our two starting Sims. And we are literally on this empty lot in Sulani. Now, theoretically, there should be no Sims showing up and walking around. But, like I said, there will be Sims at, food stands and things like that. The game's just it automatically adds them. As far as I could find, there's no way to get around that. There's mods that help prevent Sims from randomly visiting and things like that. But as far as I know, there's nothing that you can do. Oh, she's apparently singing. Go her. I'm trying to find really quick where my chat went. There we go. There you all are. All right. So let's take a look at who we have. We have Nyla. So cute. She loves the outdoors. She's socially awkward and family oriented. Now, I did not change anything with the mods, so she's happy to have a child right now. That's what automatically came up, and we're going to leave it. They're both singing. Okay. They're just like, I guess there's nothing else to do on a deserted island, so they're having like a singing competition. So the phones, we have to use them to travel and stuff. And there were some mods recommended to me for the Decades Challenge that I never really looked into, but we have a default replacement so it doesn't look like a phone. But we have to use them for functions in the game, unfortunately. So they're still going to technically have phones. And we can turn the ringers off so the phones aren't ringing. But honestly, right now, no one's going to be calling them anyway. We don't know anybody else. But look at these two getting along. They're just like, no big deal. We have nothing. We don't even have a bush to pee in right now. So it's fine. Let's build a sandcastle. So then we have Herman. Herman is a slob, self-assured, and outgoing, and he would also be happy to have a child. But you know what, y'all? You have some work to do, and you're about to freeze to death. Now, if you've been around enough, I have to save every time I change their clothes with MC Command Center because that's when mine loves to freeze my game. So, do we need cold weather wear, or will he be okay in his everyday? Like, you're half naked, dude. Of course you're going to be cold. Yeah, they're making definitely making the most out of a bad situation. All right, so we have to get them set up. So we can build some kind of little shelter. And I don't think I explicitly have this in the rules right now, but obviously we should try to build with things that they can reasonably obtain. So wood and stone are going to be the things that they can build with. So we want to kind of make it look like that they've gone out and they've somehow chopped down trees or made a house out of sticks or something. Yeah, the first bush, they could go pee anywhere. That is a good point. Maybe we'll give them their money back after we get them a bush, cause, and there might be a toilet around here, but we're going to avoid using it. There is. But if they go off and use that on their own, we're just going to ignore it. There's certain things that you just can't help in The Sims. All right. So, I don't even know if I'm super concerned about a shelter right now, unless it starts like raining. Because now we have sleeping bags, and we have like a more rustic looking sleeping bag now that we have the horse ranch pack. Yeah, they really do need to get along, being stuck with each other forever. And I'm interested to look, because when I did my test playthrough, my Sims were not attracted to each other. I have wonderful whims, so there's an attraction system. I heard a rumor that the Sims team might be introducing an attraction system. But anyhow, I have the mod, and yeah, they were not attracted to each other. But somehow they still got along, and they were flirting. And I guess when you're the only two around, it works, right? Okay, so we need a bush to pee in. We need something to sleep in. So we do have chamber pots, and we're allowed to use them. But right now, we're going to just use a bush for the moment, until they get more established and they can build like a chamber pot. So these two, I'm hoping, are going to just end up getting together and like getting married and being the founders together. But as a woman, I always tend to go with the female Sim. So if Herman was to die or something, we're going to stick with Nyla throughout. Elizabeth. Okay, what was I doing? You guys, it's too much. Let's do the wolf bush. I mean, it's 55 simoleons. If I need to, I'll add that back eventually. Let's put it by this tree, though. Make it kind of look... All right, and then I believe there's new sleeping bags. What am I doing? I always go to the toddler ones. So where's the one from the horse ranch pack? Ah, those look a little more like we washed up with this fabric in our possession and now we're sleeping on it. Thank you for the follow. Oh, thank you for the follows, everybody. All right. 2 little beds under the stars. Look at that. Should we build them a shelter? What do you guys think? Should we wait to see if it starts raining or anything? I don't know. Okay, beds, toilet. Possibly a shelter. Let's see what happens. And then we have to see what we get for our garden. It's 12:20 a.m. Y'all need to go to sleep. Leaves and sticks. Yes. Y'all, I forgot to fill up my water before I started. I'm gonna text my husband. Be like, bring me water. I don't know where my phone is, though. I totally have it together, I promise. Oh, there's my phone. All right, we need to see what we have for. We're doing the hard start, so we're only going to keep one. Okay, bananas, plantains, more realistic for this area. I believe, can we get that here by scavenging? What is here? I have not played in Sulani in so long. I know coconuts and pineapples. There's a sim. You're not supposed to be here. There's multiple sims. Oh no. Maybe my settings aren't going to work after all, y'all. What are we going to do? All right, we're going to send our boy to fish. That's what we need. We need some way to cook fish. Yes, plantain works well. I'm going to text for water. Give me 1 second, y'all. Do y'all remember when I was sick? I still have ongoing issues, and I really, unfortunately, I think I might have like long COVID issues. Let's see if my husband's even paying attention to his phone. All right, so we need to cook fish because we're starving. But anyway, if I have to mute for a second, it's because I have to go take care of all this gross stuff going on. So we need a fire pit. Fire. We want a rustic one. Whoa, that's expensive. That's what I thought, Elizabeth. Thank you. I was thinking it was native to Sulani, so I don't want to plant that because we can just find it around. Hey, someone used the bush. It's stinky. Okay, this one's cheaper, and that looks rustic. They could have gone and got that together, right? And they can cook fish on that. So our man has to get us some fish or we're going to starve. So everything's probably out of season on the actual island right now. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. But our girl's going to plant. Where should we plant? I actually don't. Is this like the parameters of a lot, I guess? Let's go over here. Oh, there goes the dogs again. Go plant some stuff, my girl. So we really have to get to know these Sims too. Yeah, we have 315 simoleons. And again, things might need to change. I already upped the money one time. And I'm not worried about like piddly things. Like we're going to sell off the rest of the stuff that we're not going to use. And it's going to give us like a few simoleons. So I'm not worried about that. But oh yes, the barbecue pit. Yeah, we could look into that eventually too. Okay, so spinach is, I guess, the veggie. Because we're not going to use anything that's native to Sulani. And this will get us going eventually. It's going to be very important for us to garden. With the simple living lot trait, obviously. I'm excited to get to know these Sims. I made her so long ago. And I have been waiting to play. She's like a total queen out here in her undies. I'm pretty sure that's technically underwear. But when you have washed up on an island with only the clothes on your back, that's how you walk around when it's not even hot. I was going to say when it's hot. It's cold. Girl, you're crazy. All right. Is her dude really no fish at all yet? All right, we gotta do some fast forwarding. He's gotta build some skill. Oh gosh, girl's over there making marshmallow. Wait, what is she making? Don't tell me you're making a wiener, because you don't have a veggie dog. Girl, you're starving. I'm sorry, I can't let you do that. There's no such thing. Girl, we're gonna have to keep you busy. What can we do with you? Why don't you go swimming? It's warm now. Okay. It's warm now, so she's too uncomfortable to go swimming. She burnt herself on the fire. And she was swimming near trash. Oh, this is just starting out wonderfully. And what day of the week is? Okay, it's Thursday. So we don't spin the wheel until Sunday. Was it Thursday when we started this? Or was it technically Wednesday and we need to spin the wheel? I don't remember. It was like 12 a.m. when I put them to bed. So taxes and stuff, I have the S&B Bills mod in, and I think I have everything set so that they shouldn't have to pay like anything. It was Wednesday, so we better spin the wheel, which I don't know. I could be a good thing or a bad thing. But we really need to get them fed first. If he can catch, I think they have to have 2 fish to make like one meal. I'm pretty sure. Why is he swimming? They're gonna starve. He's just out here lollygagging around. He dislikes fitness. Oh, okay. Go fishing. Go fishing. Oh, he's on the phone, so that's why he hasn't brought me water yet. Rude. I tell you guys something. I don't share a whole lot about my personal life. Go away. You're not supposed to exist. Leave. But my husband talks on the phone more than any woman I've ever known in my life. And my mother will talk on the phone for hours. But my husband, it's awful. But he's not really a tech guy and he doesn't really social media. So I guess that's how he talks to his friends. Yeah, he needs to just catch us some fish. We're going to starve. Is she cooking again? She's eating. Well, a hot dog. Where'd you get it? Where'd it come from? You know, I didn't have this problem before, but I had the... Now she's making marshmallows. I didn't really have the problem with the other fire pit. I was using the one from the mod, and they didn't try to cook on their own. I wonder if that's... Do we need to do that, maybe? But it doesn't look... I'm going to put that in the inventory and see how much money we need. It's 30 simoleons. But look. It doesn't look like they went out and whatever. We'll use it and see if it stops the autonomous cooking. I mean, I don't blame her. She's starving. But our boy has not caught a thing. Girl, you're going to have to come over here and fish. Because he is apparently not good at it. Oh, he's going to be a real joy. Honestly, he's a slob. Now we know he dislikes fitness. He's just crabby. They're both not having a good time. It started out so positive. Yeah, hot dogs are... Why does it seem like it's so hard to fish here? Oh, she's better at it than he is. Is he cooking? Oh my goodness. I might have messed up and not put the simple living on, you guys. I bet you that's why. I'm not playing on the same lot I was. I forgot I changed lots. Duh. Okay, problem solved. My bad. I moved lots. I had them on the one lot that I really liked when I was testing it, but the lot was mostly water. So yeah, you can build a house on the water, but when we have to farm and stuff, there wasn't going to be enough like space for farming and whatnot and having animals. So I ended up moving them and then I completely forgot. Bro. That's my fault. That is completely my fault. Can I destroy this? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's the fisher, okay? Okay, Herman. Here's some fish for you. You're welcome. Make some fish on a stick. We could do the fish trap too, yeah. Girl, don't... I was going to say, don't stop rocking out because you have to feed yourself too. All right, so we still have those, but we need to get rid of these. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This is so cute. Is he even hungry now? I guess he can have his fish. She's really not hungry anymore. Okay. I think we've sorted the food on accident by them. Them cheating because I was silly and forgot. Let's spin the wheel. I'm scared. There she be. Okay. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. There's big thunder outside. Wow, we landed on trade. That changes things. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look back and just refresh our memories on what that means. I don't think it means all that much until we discover more things, but... Oh, I went too far up. I have my window open too, if you can hear the thunder. So we have landed on trade, which means we can obtain a new crop or animal. All right, my loves. So, should we go... We have one fruit and one vegetable. We could get animals. Or we could go for more... Another vegetable packet or fruit packet. Animal. Got one vote for animal. I'm kind of worried about feeding animals right now. Because there's really no way for us to make money currently. Because doesn't it cost like 10 simoleons or something to feed the chickens? Yeah, we better go with another vegetable packet or fruit packet. I would love to go for an animal, but yeah, I think all of them are going to require food, which is fine once we're able to start trading. But we have to have 5 Sims in the settlement before we can really start selling our stuff and making money. I'm still thinking. Oh yeah, chicken. Yeah, we could. Yeah. So I actually haven't played with the miniature animals yet from the Horse Ranch pack. I don't even know how you get them. But can you use those little mini animals to like knit with their stuff? Yeah, they do. I don't know how we could cheat that though, because I think it costs money every time you feed them. Um, I really didn't think we were going to land on that early, so I I don't really have a plan on the phone. Um, should we go with mini sheep? How much does it cost to feed them? And do we even have enough simoleons to get them? We gotta sell that fire pit. Whoa, chill out, game. I could give myself 55 simoleons for the bush if I wanted to. No, I think so. I debated on the trader thing whether that means like you should add a sim to your community or not. And I was thinking the same for the merchant. I think it would be more likely for the merchant to add a sim at that time because a trader could like come and go. I mean, that kind of messes with the story vibes that they're stuck here. They don't know how to find other people, but spawn free sheep and goats. All right, let's just go with a seed packet for now. We need to get a little bit more established. And I don't even know, like, he apparently is awful at fishing. So maybe he's going to be the gardener guy because she's better at fishing than he is. Oh, this is going swimmingly so far. Now, um, we could go for oversized crops as well. Like watermelons would be kind of sweet. Yeah, we could be blessed with sheeps and goats. Uh, oh, the rules are still on the screen. Sorry. I'm just sitting here thinking anyway. I'm just like zoning out. Like, this is the thing with something like this, though. Like, yeah, I did a short little test playthrough, but until you get in here, you're like, wait, that actually doesn't make sense. Like, in early game, you're not really going to be able to get animals because you have no way to make money. So, all right, let's go. Let's go vegetables because to make pottage with the AO Cookbook mod, you have to have vegetables. So we're just going to let him be the gardener boy because apparently he can't fish. So open these up, my man. Oh, lovely. You are just... I don't know how I'm feeling about Nyla getting with this man. Okay, carrots, I guess, is probably the best option. Because we can make carrot pudding eventually. All right. This is the way we're going to make simoleons, I guess, is by selling off all our other stuff, all our other veggies. Woo, we're rich. Where are you running off to? You gotta come plant these. Oops. I hate that. That is so annoying. So once he plants these, wow, I really did not do a good job there. As soon as he plants these, we're going to see how they feel about each other. Because I didn't look at that yet. Okay. During my test playthrough, there were no Sims around. I don't... Oh, lovely. Okay, how do you feel about this man you're stuck with? Basic looking. Yay. Bye, have a good night. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on tonight. I have to eat yet. So probably not too long. Another hour and a half. But you have a good night. Thank you so much. Alright, so she thinks he's basic looking. Girl, what's wrong with you? He finds her very attractive. Okay, well, I'm sorry for your luck, Nyla. He's all you got. He's the only option. Yeah, basic compared to... It's like, you can't be too picky right now, girl. And honestly, I don't know how long it'll take us to get a settler. I really don't. And if this is too boring and absolutely nothing happens, we're going to have to add another wheel day to the calendar. We just have to see how it kind of goes. All right. What's the situation? Okay, you have 2 fish, which means you can eventually eat again. She's swimming, but her hygiene is not budging. There it goes, a little bit. Are you off to swim too? Okay, we can get them a wooden bathtub. We have the simoleons for that now. So Herman can go out and fashion a little wooden bathtub, which would be very, very, very difficult to do, but... Okay, these Sims appearing are... I need to check the settings, because that did not happen before. Look, there's so many of them. They're everywhere. I almost feel like, did I forget to delete a house? Because I have it turned off so that no homeless Sims are going to move into the town, and none should be coming here. Unless they live here. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Just use your imagination, ignore it. I was just going to go in and delete all of them really quick. Oh, look at that. This is why I love Sulani. She's like staring off into the distance like, oh boy. We're stuck here. And I'm stuck with basic Herman. But it was the same scenario in the test playthrough, and they were fine. Having a bad time, yet he's choosing to do this on his own. No, you're not swimming. You're not going on a canoe. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm getting on this canoe. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's 7 p.m. She's gonna drown just standing here in the water or swimming here in the water. Oh no. She has PMS. Oh. I don't have the same like mod setup settings for this as I do Decades. So she will have a period. Ugh, which is brutal. Alright, you guys need to come here and like get to know each other, because there are no nobles to discuss. Sorry. It's not even sunny. So we have Nyla Moon and Herman, I don't remember. Herman Slade. And they're stuck on this island together. Oh boy. Herman and Nyla. And they're so cute. He's got some scars on his body. And if you notice, they also have like dirt on them. Which I'll eventually take off once they discover hygiene and stuff. But they're dirty. It's okay to be a little awkward. Asexual. Yeah. Could you imagine, though, being stuck on an island with someone? They would have to be, like, oh god, like, I can only think of a couple off the top of my head. Like, it would have to be, like, Harry Styles, Ian Somerhalder. I don't know. I'm a very picky person. And I tell you what, if anything ever happens to my husband or if our relationship, I'm probably never dating again. Honestly. Because but it would just be bad to be stuck. Like, it had to be someone you really liked. Literally be stuck there and you're the only two people there. It would just be awful. Well, they're chit-chatting and getting along okay. His phone. Give her a hug. Give me just 1 second, y'all. I have to take care of this whole post-sickness stuff that's hanging on. That's a little bit better. All right. Should we drop a flirt on her? He finds her very attractive. What did I just drop? my pen. Oh. 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 Now you got to remember, my Sims are all very, very, very flirty right now. I don't know what's going on with my game, but everyone's flirting with everyone in the Decades Challenge. Yeah, she probably was. She's probably like, he's the only man left. I really want to be a mom. I'm just gonna have to work with it. But they cannot woohoo. There's no way to have a child right now. None. Tell her you're attracted to her. And she's going to be like, same goes for you. You're pretty basic, but I can work with it. I don't know what's going on with my game or if this is just a coincidence. But I think I could hook any sim up with anybody right now and they'd be all about it. Now she's talking to herself. All right, go use your tree. Wait, what's wrong with the tree? That doesn't count as a toilet? Herman's like, I'm dipping out. I'm going to bed. So we have Wednesday and Sunday for the wheel right now. Girl's got to cook some fish. Yeah, sure. Oh, no! I'm looking at chat and she's over here catching on fire. Wait, leave. Okay, this is really upsetting me now. There's no fire left. Oh, 12 simoleons. Thanks. Girl, let me guess. Now you don't have any fish. You do. Okay, eat those. Oh, yeah, fire. She heard me talking about it. I forgot about the fires. Oh, golly. Okay. All right. Okay. Am I on the right one? Why do I have two wheels open? I don't think you guys are seeing the one I'm seeing, so it must be this one? I'm worried that I don't have the correct wheel up, but we're gonna find out. If my computer will cooperate anyways. And we don't have an air. Okay, we gotta veto that one. We could give it to Nyla, but it's really supposed to be for like the air. So we're gonna spin again, I think. Cause that's not gonna work right now. Now watch something absolutely horrible happen and I should have just given Nyla the quirk. Oh no, okay. Yay! Plumbing is the first one, right? We get some plumbing. Okay, this is going much better than my other playthrough did. So we have a discovery. Let me look really quick. I'm not going to put them on the screen, but I just want to make sure I have this right. The first one is plumbing. So we may add showers. We have to remain off the grid. But we could start using water collectors if we get handiness level 3 or higher for one of our Sims. So that's actually good because we don't even have a tub yet. And we can start collecting water. Okay, let's see. Probably one of the CC showers is going to be most appropriate. The only bad thing about CC is it's almost like cheating. Those are only 15 simoleons, but they're building it out of materials they have on hand or that they find in the jungle. So 15 simoleons is fair. But yeah. And I think she's currently stinking in her bed. So this is perfect timing. We have to collect some water. Can we, with this mod, do we have to have the well or can we get it from the ocean? What are you doing? Because you were sleeping. He's having a really bad time because he keeps going in the water. Gather some water. What a doofus. How are we generating a water surplus? I think my husband is still on the phone, you guys. Does this have like a well or something? Trait? No. I'm confused. How do we have water? He is kind of like... And look at these Sims just hanging out on our lot. All right. I have to take care of it. I can't cope. This poor guy. Don't go back in that water. That is so silly. I guess he's taking a shower. I don't understand how we have water, but... You need to gather some water so you can take one too. We're going to still gather it and pretend like they have to have it. Yeah, so there are different settings for the townies. But I thought I got everything set to what was going to be necessary, and I have a mod where if they don't live here, they shouldn't be coming here. Like, Sims shouldn't travel here. So I guess these are just Sims that are just generating. They're not moving in anywhere. They're not in the world. So I don't know how to get around that part. Did I not tell him to take a shower? Is it not working? Girl, come here. No. Did he just pass out in the bush? He just passed out in the bush. So will they not shower because it's in the open? Oh, it's because he's there. Oh, for Pete's sake. He might just end up dying. Because he did in my test playthrough. Oh my gosh, the shower's not showering them. Okay. So what do we do when the shower doesn't work? I think it's because there's other Sims around. Ugh. Okay. Fine. You're making me build something. You're still going to have like an outdoor shower though. I wonder, would a half wall like count as privacy? I don't know if I know the answer to that one. A little box. Let's see if this works. If not, I'm going to be very angry. Because if any of you saw the last episode of my Decades Challenge, one of my Sims got burnt, caught on fire, or struck by lightning. I don't even remember, but she was all dirty, and I gave her a shower like 7 times, and she was still dirty. It was extremely frustrating. Don't tell me this isn't big enough. I wonder if it'll work with move objects on. Insufficient funds. All because you're shy to shower in front of Herman. Well, I guess that's not big enough for this. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting all snotty. Like I said, I think I have like the never-ending gunk. Look, it doesn't fit. I highly doubt that'll work. Get in here and test this. Nope. Why? 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 I don't have the patience for this. Why are they passing out in the bush? Help. What is happening, you guys? I'm so confused. Like, they keep passing out into the bush. And they won't shower. I wish I knew how much money I had before I did all of this. Broken showers. Perfect. Maybe try one that's not CC? Oh, I can't. Try this one. Guys. Oh, she's getting angry. Girl, I'm getting angry too. I don't want to use a CC one because just in case that's what's going on with it. Oh, no, she disappeared. She won't shower. Try bubble bath? I don't know. Oh. She's just gonna have to take 30 of them. I don't know how to fix that one. You finally got my text. You were on the phone forever. Okay, can you give me some water, please? He was literally on the phone for like 2 hours. What is happening with my game? Why are they passing out in the bush? They're not even tired. Does anybody know how to help me here? What is happening? Herman, look at your needs. Why is my game like so broken right now? Last resort bush nap. Thank you so much. My broken game. Look at my Sims right now. All because of a broken shower and bathtub situation. Oh, this is like a situation where I feel like I should cheat their needs and stuff because it just... Get out of the bush and go take a nap. What is happening? I'm so confused. You guys are not sleeping all day, though. Try this again. Good idea. Oh, I can't. I don't get it. It should not be happening. Are you gonna stay in there? I tried closing the shower completely in a room and it still did it. I'm not getting last exceptions. I don't have enough simoleons to enclose the tub. I don't know. We're gonna just pretend it's not happening for right now. Herman, get over here and take like 30 baths, like Nyla did. And she's gonna have to fish for us because he's absolutely awful at fishing. Yeah, is the waterfall near this lot? Am I in the right spot? Trying to remember. I have not played in Sulani in so long. Wait, there's a volcano. Because we can't travel. We can't leave this area right now. Well, this has been an absolute disaster, and it's not my challenge's fault. It's the game. But something was wrong with the showers when I was playing Decades, too. A couple days ago, so... Why does he keep swimming when he hates it so much? And he still didn't get clean. Like, I would have them woohoo for fun or something. But then they might get pregnant. Did I pass the waterfall? Okay. Waterfalls. Go slowly and pay attention. I haven't played in this. There's the cave. Am I just blind? Yeah, I'm just blind. I do have the lot challenge off the grid, but I had them gather water. Why am I not seeing it? I feel like a doofus now. I'm picking on him. Isn't it in like a little like alcove thing? Like kind of like this? I'm just blind. You know what? I didn't even think of that because that was another reason why I moved here. Okay, let me just check on her really quick and make sure she's fishing. She's not fishing. And she didn't catch any fish. All right, you guys come try this. You're gonna starve, but hello, hello. I'm clicking on you. Can more than one shower at the same time? Thank you for the follow, Georgia. I got it. I found it. They got me stressed, okay? They've got me stressed out. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to scream. Yeah, you're stressed, dude. Oh my. Well, we didn't fix the Sims issue. That is so weird. I'm telling you, I played 3-4 sim days in my test and I didn't see a single sim except for service. Is she clean? Now she's gonna pee herself on the way back. Oh, I just told him to shower nude on accident. Girl, you got to find a toilet. Oh my gosh. What is he even doing? Wow, they've got me stressed. Wait, it was her that had to pee. She's not gonna make it, and then she's gonna have to shower again. I did collect some water. Maybe I didn't collect enough water. Why is she sleeping in the bush again? Wow. Okay, this is not going great right now, y'all. Because I told her to fish, and she just, like, effed off in another direction, you know? Like, so then I let her have a shower, but we're starving now? I think, look at this man. Look at his needs. Oh, Herman. Oh, Herman. Look at his poor needs. Oh my gosh, and Agnes is calling us. Get out of town. Oh my gosh. Now, can he make it back without peeing himself? Because... Oh, how does bladder get full? Was it... Did he pee in the shower? Could it be that maybe Princess Rage is right? Like, maybe I only collected enough water for them to have that long of a shower? But I don't know, because I feel like it was doing it in my other save, too. Yeah, and the game just has to make it more difficult. Like, he's literally, like, having a bad time. And here's the thing. So he dislikes fitness, and they're on an island, and he has to swim everywhere he has to go. So he's going to have low fun all the time. Before Darwinism takes Herman. Okay, what can Herman do for fun? Because I don't think Nyla's gonna... Oh, no, she's on her period. Okay, so we're gonna shower, and I'm gonna get some of my money back. I think her, like, pads... We have to pretend, like, she's using leaves and stuff, okay? Because obviously she can't nip over to the corner store and buy pads, so... Okay, we made some money back. We need some pads. Oh no, but she can't use them without a toilet, can she? Oh shoot, hold on. Can she... All right, we're gonna have to let her use this little potty over here, I think. For that. Okay, she's only got one fish. She has to catch at least one more and feed herself. And Herman, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You're just gonna have to sleep for a little bit. You are miserable. Rocks as tampons? Ooh. One of the things that's kind of fascinating about history is the different, like, toilet paper, like, ways people use different things for toilet paper throughout time. And a lot of times it's dependent on, like, your class, like, whether you could actually have some form of cleaning or you were using, like, grass and sticks. You need one more fish. Just one more fish so you can cook. Come on, catch one more. Oh my goodness. They're too crafty. Well, you know what? That's not an option. That is not an option currently. Okay, we might have to get a water collector. They can technically now get a water collector. I don't like the look of them, and I did not look for CC water collectors. Hey, harvest that on your way back. It's probably the correct answer. Probably. She's so hungry. So we can start collecting shells and stuff, but we can't sell them yet. Because there's no one, like, this sim doesn't exist. You don't see that. That person's not there. Why is there an exclamation point above their head? The game's like, she's not supposed to be here, but haha, I'm putting her here. Hide them in a rock. Good idea. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Very interesting. She literally needs one more fish. Herman needs to, like... Oh, this poor guy. He's going to be miserable. We have to find a way to make him happy. Yes, I need to look. I totally spaced on that. I need to look for the CC ones. But for now, we'll use the waterfall. And when we play next week, I will write it in my handy dandy notebook. And top tier laziness here. I'm not going to get the pen that fell under the desk. I'm going to get a new pen. We're gonna get CC water collectors. And we will get them in our game next time. I'm not putting those on godly things in here that come with the game. So Herman's fun. If we can get them together, eventually they can woohoo for fun. But right now, we cannot risk a child. It's just... It would never work. Oh yeah, he might be able to sing. He might like that. Did she finally get a fish? Thank goodness. Okay. Guess what, girl? You're gonna make Herman fend for himself. He can't catch a fish, then he can't eat. That's just that. Blue's Clues, my handy dandy notebook. I've been looking for an excuse to use it because it's like Yes, it's dogs, but they're like wearing Christmas sweaters and stuff. So it's like a Christmassy one. But it's getting close, right? It's like what? Late August, late mid-August. And we'd have to wait for more settlers. Like when I did my test playthrough, he died. And then but thankfully like the next not the next roll or spin, but the one after that I got a settler, so. But if we play the hard way, when we land on settler, we have to flip a coin to find out if it's going to be male or female. For reproduction purposes, you know, you make it a situation where you would like to choose. But we don't do things easy around here, so we're going to flip the coin when we get settlers. Sorry, y'all. Just hit my microphone. All right. So, Herman, it's like the middle of the night, but you're going to get up. Oh, I know. You are hating your life right now. But listen, if you just listened to me and did as I said and stopped swimming, you'd be in better shape. I am doing the Decades Challenge on my channel. We are in we just did 1332, I believe. And I am obsessed. I am completely obsessed with those Sims. Now, we're not going to let Herman starve, okay? But if he can't catch his own fish, like Nyla can't be... he caught a minnow. Yay, Herman! He got a minnow. Yeah, I have 4 dogs. If you're new around here, I have 4. They sneak their way into my videos sometimes. When you have 4, it's almost impossible. You hear them, they're around. Probably sometimes when I stream, they're probably going to end up being in the office with me, depending on the situation. My husband just happens to be chilling with them away from here. Oh, is that what you were asking? No, I didn't do the Decades Challenge. Yeah, that's Morbid Gamer. Does anybody know who first started it? Because it will, like, someone started it, and then someone else revised it, and then Morbid came in and revised it. Yay, Herman! Look at you go! You can go cook now, bro! Good for you, buddy. It took a long time. I was hoping he was going to get the likes fishing thing, but we can't get that lucky. You know, until I started streaming and stuff, long story, I was on TikTok doing live streaming and stuff, and I got banned because my Sims woohooed and skinny dipped. I don't know. They tried to say it was like an adult content violation or whatever, and I fought it, and it didn't happen. So I ended up moving over to YouTube and did the Decades Challenge. But prior to like all of that, like I would go through spells where I would binge The Sims. I would binge it and play it for months, and then I wouldn't touch it for months. But doing the challenges, like I never even tried a single challenge until I did the Not So Berry challenge. And I actually played that all the way through. All generations, finished it. That kept me in the game. I think challenges was kind of the element that I was missing. Zombie Cleo. Yep, that's correct. Yes. Zombie Cleo, original creator, and then other people revised it. I kind of revised it too, but just the aging, really. Or the death rolls. And the aging. Yeah, I did both, I guess. I am so proud of Herman. We gotta get a garbage can. Can't have sinks yet. So. We need a little garbage can. Rustic wastebasket. That doesn't look natural enough for me, but it's gonna have to do, I suppose. They weaved a basket out of vines, you know? When you're done, throw these away, please. He ate it. He ate that minnow. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. Like I was saying earlier, I had something and I've already had COVID before. But I didn't test for COVID, but I had it and then I got better and then I got sick again. And it's been months and it's still just gunk happening all around here. And it's disgusting. And it won't go away. Like, I'm not sick. I just constantly just... I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going around right now. And COVID's just one part of it. There's other stuff, too. All right, Herman. Look at that. You are almost happy. You're confident, but you are tired. Finally got Herman sorted. It's proof that he was useful. Oh my. I think once Herman wakes up, we're gonna have them like socialize a little bit more. 'Cause really they haven't. They've hung out like a couple times and chatted, but she's hungry again. We gotta plant these pineapples. But I suppose you should go fish so you can eat. All our people can eat is fish right now. We're not going to fish with bait just yet. Herman's still passed out. We will let him pee. My grandpa was a librarian for like 45 years or something. And he was telling me, oh, you'll get over that. You'll get your immunity. Yeah, that didn't happen. I substituted the whole time I was getting my master's degree, which granted, I got it very quickly. I got it in under 2 years. But I was sick and sick and sick. I did not gain any immunity whatsoever. And then it's like, they would beg me to come in when I was sick to cover for teachers who were out. And I'm like, if I come in here sick, it's going to spread more sick around. They would still be like, please come in. So I would go in. Oh, I smell food. Hubby's cooking. I smell it. It's enchiladas. Oh, that's right. This lot. Fun. And that's a trait that cannot be removed from this lot. Hey, there was a garbage can right here. Okay, one more fish and you can eat. Yeah, you need social. Come talk to her. Yeah, capitalism. Don't get me started on that. Hello. Yeah, he could plant while he's not hungry, is he? You're right. He's not even hungry right now, so he doesn't need fish right now. I keep forgetting where the garden is. It's over here. Can you give him those pineapples that you have? Oh, trigger finger. Jeez. Yeah, our fruits are kind of this way. Let's do fruits over here. Oh, he's having fun playing in the trash. I'm not even going to complain. Kind of a bad time for me too, just because of dinner. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. I think we'll stick with 6, but I might end up moving it back an hour or two. Did he ever plant those or okay. He's swimming again. Like why? Just stop. Just stop swimming. You hate it. Yeah, I really should remove the other holidays. Well, that's so much work to go through and remove all of those things. All right, how many fish did she get? All right, one more and she can feed us both. One more fish. And I want to fast forward, but I got to keep an eye on Herman. He's going to go swimming and then he's going to be so angry at himself because he hates it. I keep him busy. Why don't you practice singing? Yay! He likes it. Something he likes. Oh, Bonnie, congratulations. That's awesome. Why is this spazzing out? Okay, whatever, fine. All right, did you catch another fish? Whoa, okay, we have plenty of fish. She has to use the potty. And then you come over here. Are you hungry? I thought so. Grill some fish on a stick. You grill yours really quick. Oh, I gotta give you fish. Duh, gotta give him fish. You can have the minnow, since that's all you could catch for yourself. That's kind of silly. Like, if you have, like, one big fish, you should be able to cook with it and not have to use 2, but I think it doesn't matter. I think I'm okay with the bathroom right now since it took him, like, an hour and a half to bring me water. If he had brought me water when I first texted him to bring me water, I'd probably have to run to the bathroom right now. But, because it took him so long, I think I'm good. I don't think he can cook while she's cooking, so he's going to go over here and complain. Why don't you try to talk to her? Now she's done. 2 seconds. 2-second difference. Oh my gosh, she's sick. He's got stripes. Girl, can you move so we can cook? Did they just flirt? Alright, we have a half hour to play. I think he wants to admire and kiss her. Whoops. I already know she does, but why don't you ask her? Rated R. Look at her face. She's just like, mm-hmm. Yeah, honey, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck here with this guy. Okay, this is going better now all of a sudden. I think we're doing all right, and we have to spin the wheel tomorrow, and I think we'll get there before we have to end for the night. So we'll have one more wheel spin. Maybe we should build them a shelter. We have 396 simoleons. Here's the problem with not building the shelter to start with. They don't have enough money to build one now. But honestly, I got kind of screwed by the game. I don't know if that'll go well. She's going in for the kiss, which is interesting. They will make very cute babies. I don't know. She's okay with it. Like, she's kind of digging him. I don't. Oh, whoops. Ask to rock boat. I wish you could, you guys, but I have to watch you closely. She cannot. Cannot risk it. Well, he's not feeling great. Oh, did you just heal? Indeed, you did. Alright, do your cleanup. Oh, that would have been so cool if you reconnected with someone in the chat. Okay, what can we get into? It's 7 p.m. They're doing all right. They should probably go take some showers. But it's not like dire. Get out of the garbage. And you wouldn't be dirty. Does she have fish left? She has 2 fish. They're going to go bad. Oh, you are not swimming. You hate it. Quit doing things you hate. Why don't you clean that up and get it out of our face? Alright, so they got a little bit of romance. We can't really advance that too far right now because we don't have any way to have children. We have no shelter. And I'm trying to think. Like, we have to land on settler. And we should be working on their charisma so that when we do land on settler, maybe we can get more than one. But the only way we can work on charisma that I can think of is like them chatting to each other. Yeah, she's working with what she's got. That which could make for some interesting drama later. If someone comes in that she's very attracted to later. I'm almost thinking, from what I've experienced so far, I might have to up the chances of landing on settler, like add a couple more to the wheel. Because this is a very slow start this way, and I'm almost thinking we need 3 default days to spin the wheel. They can woohoo in the waterfall, and we'd have like 3 sim days to figure out a shelter when we can't make money currently. We've landed on trade. We've landed on trade, but we don't have the 5 sims that we need to have to be able to sell stuff. That's the unfortunate thing about the Sims, though. Like, they wouldn't really need money to build a shelter. And we could cheat it and make, like, a little shack and just give them the money for it. But part of the challenge is trying to come up with the money to build when it, you know. I don't know. The easy start, you're like able to build a little shelter and then give them the money. I think these Sims are like I don't get the exclamation point. Dude, I clicked on you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Elizabeth. I'm thinking tweaking that a little bit, like maybe until you have 5 sims in the settlement, you can sell things like once a week or something, like as the trader comes, now that you've started. But then you're trading I don't know. Because right now you're only the trader's only coming when you land on that on the wheel. I'm gonna have to think on this one. Because it could almost be like like it's a new trader every time and they have new stuff. But you could revisit the same trader once a week to just sell your stuff to them. Or there's one trader that comes once a week to buy your stuff after you land on trade. They're flirting in the water. Had to have a cough. Ugh. Okay. It's 10:50. Let's just... They're not even tired, though. Jeez. Let's send them to bed, and then we'll spin the wheel. Because it's going to be Sunday. I'm having a very bad time. Well, stop doing stuff you hate, dude. Honestly. Yeah. I don't know how to work that out. I'll have to think about it for next time. Because it would kind of make sense for like a wandering trader. Wow, jeez. They're going to be fighting over the toilet. Oh boy, I almost clicked on that on accident. It would make sense for like the trader to come back. You know? So I hope we land on settler, honestly. And I think if we did, I'd bring them here to this lot for now, at least. But then that's another sim to feed. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll move them into a different lot in the neighborhood. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Bright and early on a Sunday morning. What can we get into? All right. Here goes. No! So close. I can't be mad about Discovery, but we were like so close to getting Settler. Okay, we can get sinks and stuff now, I think. Let me see. Refresh my memory. Just make sure. Hygiene. Okay, so we've discovered hygiene. And we're 2 away from being able to travel more. So that'll be good. So close. It was so close. Like I said, the more I'm playing, I think we need to add more stuff. Because it's going to take forever to get to 5. Unless we lower that threshold to like 3 or something. To be able to do some of the things. But this is why I appreciate doing this with all of you. Because it helps figure out how to make the challenge work and make it better. Because you just don't know until you get in and you start doing it. Oh, bro. Come off it. Playing in the trash every 5 minutes. Alright, so we have like 15 minutes. Let's just give them some money and build them a little shack really quick. And then we'll put it back down to the 396. It's literally, I don't even think it's going to have walls, okay? It's just going to be a little Ooh, I wonder if there's any CC roof material that's like leaves. That would be sweet. Yeah, I think it was 3 spins, which it's been like a whole sim week. So I think we're going to amend the rules a little bit just to pick up the pace because this is a little too slow, I think. And that's just something you don't know until you play it. All right, let's give them, I don't need a whole lot. Let's just give them 5,000 until I build it, but that's not going to, it's going to be way too much. It's going to be just like a little square with a roof. And they can at least put their beds in it. Where should we put it? Kind of in the middle. So they can have a sink now, but I think I'll leave that kind of like outside, and we'll eventually do like half walls or something. A cave home would be awesome. I'd probably have to play with that off stream with debug. We're just gonna do I mean, honestly, this looks like they went out. I don't know about the color though. I wonder if like palm trees would probably be lighter in color than that. It's an island. The weather's usually pretty decent. So is that matching? That's matching. We're probably gonna do like a dirt floor. Yeah, I really need to think about that traveler thing. Because just seeing that we unlocked trade and yet we're nowhere near being able to actually trade our goods, it just highlighted to me the problem. And I don't know how to fix it currently, so. I'm going to probably look for some CC. And then if I find anything good, I will edit this before we come back next week. And make it cuter. I mean, there's this, but that doesn't look like leaves. You know? Like, I want, like, leafy. This is the closest thing, and they're not big enough. They need to be, like, big leaves. Yeah, I wonder if... Yeah, after you land on trade... I have an idea. What if, when you land on trade, at that moment that you've landed on trade, at least, you can sell your stuff. Like, we landed on trade and we had some stuff we just bought. We didn't sell. So maybe we could sell. just what we had when we landed on trade. And it'd be like a back and forth. I don't know. I'm thinking that might be the key. Okay, that's kind of cute. I'll fiddle with it off stream and make it cuter, but at least we have a shelter now. And we had 390. I almost dropped a second pen. Are you kidding? 396 simoleons. Because, come on. He could have gone out and locally sourced all of that, and it's not going to cost him money to build it, right? Oh, silly me. I didn't move the sleeping bags in there. I'll do that off stream, too. He's swimming, and look at his fun. Are you trying to do what Nyla likes or something? Like trying to impress her? Because you are absolutely miserable. And you've done it to yourself. Go home, you goober. I think I have seen some of that prehistoric, like, rock CC. Alright, dude needs a shower. He is stanky. But I think... Oh. Those look almost ready to harvest. I think we're just... It's just about time to call it. So our agenda next time. I'm going to amend the rules a little bit. Pick up the pace a little bit in whatever ways that I can figure out how. We got to immediately feed these guys because they're starving. I have a couple of showers for the medieval, like, decades challenge. And they're kind of like buckets that they fill with water. Yeah, I think... So CC is in order. In fact, I'm going to write the roof thing down. I really want to find that. Yeah, and I'll look at some of that stone, like the stone furniture and stuff. Look at him. She doesn't find you attractive anyway, and now she's like, ugh, golly. Yeah, we'll have more spins, which I think right now, I can actually tell you real quick, probably. Right now, there are 5 settlers on the wheel. And in comparison, there's 3 trade, 2 merchants, 2 illness, 2 famine, 3 exploration, 3 discovery. And then there's only 1 of like blight and unrest. So it's already weighted heavily towards the positive stuff. But it's just, I think more Sims just have to come in quicker. Ooh, I didn't think, is there a deserted island like Sims CC stuff? That would be awesome. Even though there's Sims walking around all over the dang place. Here comes one now. But I think they're broken, and maybe when we exit and come back in, they won't be here anymore, because they all have this exclamation point above their heads. But what do y'all think? Autonomous cell phone usage. Oh my god, and he's farting. I'm going to look at my settings and make sure I didn't miss something about these random Sims showing up too. Remove some discovery and add some settlers. Yeah, so for the easy start right now, they get settlers for the easy start. I don't remember. Let me look. So the easy start is 2 automatic settlers in the first 2 years. In the fall. So maybe we could change that for the easy start to be like even more settlers or something, or more often, and then give us like 1 automatic settler. More negative. Some of y'all just love the torture. No, I had more illness on there until I did that test playthrough, and it was just brutal to immediately land on illness like that. But if I put a bunch more settlers on there, maybe I'll come up with more negative events somehow. If you have any ideas, put them in the Discord. Like, other than illness, famine, blight for crops, like what are some other negative events that we could put on the wheel? And if you don't want to join Discord, you can also go just here on YouTube to our community tab and just leave a comment under like the post about the live stream. And also I look at all the comments, everyone. The only time I don't really always see them is when they're replies, because you actually have to go into those to see them. And I try to look at all the replies, but I know that I miss some of them. But if you leave a comment, I'm going to see it, and I reply to every single one. Oh no, a tsunami wipes out their shelter. Weather. Okay. Interesting. Okay, wait. So we have weather. Obviously, with seasons. But we might be able to put like a drought or something on the wheel, but then if you land on it and then it's pouring down rain in your game, that's kind of silly. But I'll think about that too. Weather, like climate stuff, could be negative. So the Discord is linked on the rule sheet, and I will start putting it elsewhere on YouTube too. I literally just created it, so it's not posted anywhere but on the rule sheet right now. Okay, I have a whole list of things that we're going to work on. Lose resources. Typhoon. Yeah, what if we did something where you delete like everything in your inventory? That would be bad. Oh, Elizabeth gave me brutal ideas. Sun poisoning. Interesting. You all. Oh, man. I don't even know what these Sims are up to because I'm not even looking at my game right now. Dude is swimming. Look at his fun. Raiders. So we don't have an injury right now. we have a tragic accident where someone dies. So Amelia, we could do an injury. And then, yeah, do something like they can't hunt or fish for a while. That reminds me, I forgot to give them the little scavenging thing. Adding more to my list. We need to give them the scavenger. What would you call it? Post? So they can go scavenging. Raiders, pirates. All right. Okay, that is a great start. Poison berries. Oh no, we're starving. We're gonna eat berries. Oops, those are poisoned. All right, we have a lot. Okay, I want to show you my list, but my handwriting is awful. But I have a whole list. And we are going to... Oh, there's puppies on the inside, too. Cute. So I'm going to get busy on that in between playing the Decades Challenge, which I'm very excited to get into here over the next couple of days so I can get a new episode up. I was doing 2 episodes a week until everything went haywire and I had to move and stuff. I am trying to get back to 2 episodes a week, so I'm starting to record ahead and stuff. So we're going to try to get back to 2 episodes a week, plus we're going to have these that I'm going to have to go back and probably edit a little bit to make them shorter, but they will also be on the channel as well. So I'm going to go eat the enchiladas that smell incredible right now. And I want to say thank you all so much for being here and helping me make this challenge great. I am so excited. I can't wait to come back next week. We're going to shoot for the same time, but I'm seriously considering moving it a little bit earlier just so that I can log off and eat with my husband who's already eaten and stuff. It's just, I work a full-time job throughout the week. Wednesdays I do have off, so I could stream at any time on Wednesday. But for now, let's stick with the 6 just because that's what we have out there. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all very, very much. Thank you for all of the follows and subscriptions. I appreciate it. And I will see you next week. And hopefully we'll improve this challenge significantly. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. We'll think about moving it up. But for now, we're going to stick with the 6. At least for next week. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a good one.